Do that song. We got just about enough time for this. Do the one of my favorites that you've ever done is My First Taste of Texas. Great song.
Are we doing that with the band or what?
Any way you want to do it.
Whatever. Oh. I guess I'll do it with the band. My first taste of Texas had blue eyes and golden hair. Beneath the Tennessee silver moon, we found a feeling we could share. And age made no difference. I'd been around and she was young. My first taste of Texas still lingers in my heart and on my tongue. Her gentle heart was broken in a way a tender lady shouldn't have to know. Mine was somewhere in between, something I should hold on to or let go. Her talking blue eyes told me the story of the love she failed to find. And without conversation, I suppose the lines on my face told her mine. My first taste of Texas had blue eyes and golden hair. Beneath the Tennessee silver moon, we found a feeling we could share. And age made no difference. I'd been around and she was young. My first taste of Texas still lingers in my heart and on my tongue. 'Cause we're not done. We've only just begun. Begun to love. I might all stand up for this. Now the two of us are one. Age has made no difference. We're still around and love's still young. And my first taste of Texas still lingers in my heart and on my tongue. First taste of Texas, they gonna keep going, aren't they? Had blue eyes and golden hair. We're gonna fade it, what? Beneath the Tennessee silver moon, we found a feeling we could share. And ages made no difference. We're still around and love's still young. And my first taste of Texas still lingers in my heart and on my tongue. I think they're gonna quit now.
Yeah.
I have a story I got to tell you, especially since Doug is here. Doug will appreciate this story. My daddy passed away in August, and real suddenly. What, honey?
No, I said let's eat.
Well, we had plenty of food, I'll tell you that.
That was bad.
But
I'm sorry.
my dad was such a character, Doug, and he was always pulling jokes and joking around and stuff. So what happened was, I feel like, was a real gift from the Lord. And he had so many friends and stuff. His visitation just lasted so many hours the night before. And he loved country music. So we started his service that day. We wanted it to be a celebration of his life. And so we started with Opal and Euless, and then I had a Merle Haggard and Marty Stewart song, The Farmer's Blues, played. And my sister, she said, I can't get up there and talk. She said, so I'm going to write something and let the preacher read it. Well, we had he took notes on this little bitty piece of paper. And she wanted, after they read what she wrote, she wanted them to play the song The Box by Randy Travis. And we tried to find that CD and everything. And it's a little town where we're from, so we couldn't find it. And the day of the service, the funeral home said they could download a song if we had the title. So the last I heard was that they had this song. Okay. So we were, y'all are laughing already. But, and so they were going to read my sister's words and then play The Box. And then we were going to sing a cappella Precious Memories and get the congregation to sing. Well, the preacher read what she wrote, and then he read something one of the grandkids gave him, and then he read something that somebody else gave him. And he said, they want you to join them in singing Precious Memories. Well, the guy that's playing the tapes is off this little room there where the preacher is.
60 minutes we're up.
And he's got a list there. So we sung Precious Memories. Well, I figured he'd forgot to mention the song The Box, so we go on. So we're down to the end of the service, and the next thing that should have happened was go rest high up on that mountain. Well, so this song starts playing. Now, Doug, you got to tell the first 2 lines of your song. This is what came on instead of The Box. Okay, go ahead.
Lord, I said the night you left me, nothing worse could ever happen. Seeing you with someone else proved that I was wrong.
All right, now that's what played. And I'm sitting, and I'm sitting there, and my brother's next to me, and he said, "What is that?" And I said, "We're expecting to hear the Randy Travis song tomorrow." And I said, "I don't know." You know, well, I lean out there and I look at my sister, and she said, "That's the wrong song." So I look at the preacher and I said, "That's the wrong song." And he goes, they don't have a clue what I said. Well, when I realized this is Doug's song, so I know what's coming up. I'd be better off in a pine box on a slow train to Georgia. So I said to my husband, I said, I got to do something. So I jump up, I run over there and open the door because the preacher's just sitting there like a knot on a log. And so I opened that door and I said, "That's the wrong song." I said, "Stop that one and play Go Rest High Up on the Mountain." Well, but I didn't catch it before the first line of the chorus. It played at Daddy's funeral. Well, and when I turned around, the congregation is stuffing laughter. Some of them kind of looked shocked that we'd picked that song. And I said, that was the wrong song. Great song, just the wrong occasion for that song. And I said, but if Daddy is getting to see this service, if the Lord's letting me sing, he is loving every minute of it. So that's a precious memory for me.
What a great story. Doug, before the visit's over, you're going to have to sing that song.
Absolutely, and I'll try not to laugh. Okay.
We'll all listen to it different from the way we have before.
I had a couple come through the line, the autograph line one time. She says, "You know, we played that Pine Box song at our wedding." And I went, "Why?" At a wedding. Different strokes for different folks, I guess. You know.
People asking me to sing "Don't Touch Me" for their anniversary.
The fellow sitting back there next to Barbara on the back row wrote some of Randy Travis's biggest hit songs, like On the Other Hand and Forever and Ever Amen. And he wrote a little song one time called The Gambler. And I know that he's as excited to be with us as we are to have him here. Yeah, Barbara, you may have to be the mic stand and hold the mic for him. This is Don Schlitz. Don, did you come up with a rhyme for Missouri for Leroy?
Well, Missouri, if you say Missouri, you got Shura, Pura, you find a Cura, you know.
Sewer, if you say it just right.
If you say sewer just right, it'll work. Just right.
Suey.
I'm not sure
Suey
about
would
sewer.
really rhyme.
Yeah, we talked about songs that were that worked. Leroy was talking about a little while ago. I got him fired once with the song. If you can, he was reminding me this a little while ago.
You're familiar with the show Country Crossroads? Oh, yeah. It was produced by the Southern Baptist Radio TV Commission. And when they started that show, they called Hubert Long. They were looking for somebody that had had a little radio experience and with a fairly clean pedigree. And so they put us on this show, and the first one was done live on 35 radio stations from the Hall of Fame here in Nashville. So I was on that show with Bill Mack. Bill Mack and I did the first one, and then Jerry Clara joined us later. And this guy over here came up with a song that I thought was hilarious. I thought it was very, very funny. And so I recorded it. And it was I thought it was a novelty, funny record. But keep in mind, it was for the Southern Baptist Radio TV Commission. Right. And the song was Save Me a Seat by the Fire. It said, don't sign for... Said, no, seriously, it was funny, but it got unfunny. And
it's funny to me.
It was funny to me.
It's funny to you till you got fired. It was still funny to me.
It didn't matter. It was a freebie anyway. But anyway, the punchline is, don't sign me up for no heavenly choir, just save me a seat by the fire. Yeah. Now that's... So after 10 years, they found they didn't need me anymore down there.
Well, I feel badly for you.
It's okay. It's okay. I forgive you.
Thank you so much. Barbara taught me how to sing the auctioneer, though, over here, how to do the background part.
That'll work.
Watermelon, 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 watermelon,
That's
watermelon,
it.
watermelon,
That's
watermelon,
it.
watermelon.
You learn fast. Yeah. You're quick steady.
I don't learn fast, Leroy. That's one thing I don't do.
I think before you sing this, you should tell him what you told me about why they didn't think you could make it.
Well, I came here in 1973, not to the studio, but to Nashville. I came to the studio this morning, and it wouldn't.
It seems like 1973.
And I came from Durham, North Carolina. I got here as fast as I could. I had 3 wonderful semesters, all freshmen of college, and Duke University, and I decided that I should go find something else to do. So I came to Nashville, and everybody in Durham, not everybody, but folks in Durham told me, said, well, you can't go to Nashville and make it as a songwriter. Why not? Because John D. Loudermilk did. Oh. And you stop and think for a second. So wait a second, you said I can't do it because John D. Loudermilk did. Uh-huh. Well, is there a quota? So thank goodness there wasn't. And 4.5 very short years later of walking the streets, working as an all-night computer operator, and writing songs and trying to get anybody to cut one, I got my my very first cut, and this was a song that I don't try and sing it like Kenny Rogers, because I'm no fool. On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns of staring out the window at the darkness. The boredom overtook us, and he commenced to speak. He said, son, I made a life out of reading people's faces and knowing what their cards were by the way they held their eyes. And if you don't mind my saying, I can see you're out of aces. And for a taste of your whiskey, I will give you some advice. So I handed him my bottle. He drank down my last swallow. And then he bummed a cigarette. And then he bummed a light, and the night got deathly quiet. His face lost all expression. He said, if you're gonna play the game, kid, you better learn to play it right. Because every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away and knowing what to keep. Because every hand is a winner, just like every hand is a loser. The best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep, and you got to know when to hold 'em. know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing is done. And when he'd finished speaking, he turned back towards the window. He crushed out his cigarette. He faded off to sleep, and somewheres in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even. But in his final words, I found an ace that I could keep. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing is done. But you got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing is done. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Oh, bless y'all's heart. Thank you.
Hey, if you like that one, you're gonna love this one. Or this one.